Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm headed for a short overnight trip from Colorado to Kansas. There is a natural history museum in Hays, Kansas that I've been wanting to see. The weather's nice this weekend. I'm heading to the Sternberg Natural History Museum. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Sternberg Natural History Museum. They have the world's only fossil within a fossil, which is a fossilized fish inside another fossilized fish. It's very rare, and they have quite a few fossils and dinosaurs on display there. So I'm looking forward to seeing that museum. It's a trip over interstate with level 3 charging, so it should be very easy for me to get there. And it's a pleasant drive. I like Kansas quite a bit. And they have quite a few car shows this year coming up, so I'm going to spend a fair amount of time in Kansas at car shows. My own state of Colorado doesn't seem to have too many car shows scheduled this year, not even Cars and Coffee, which is a nice thing to do. So I am headed to Hays, Kansas this morning for a brief trip, and we'll show you the museum when I get there. I'm not into Kansas yet, but I'm getting close. I'm gonna let the car change lanes. And I've been through some snow, a tiny bit, and some drizzle, but it's just overcast at the moment. Still very nice. A little less than 40 degrees. But it's been a very pleasant trip so far. We are deep into Kansas. I drove through snow and some drizzle, and now I am in brilliant sunshine, and it is quite warm where I am. Had to stop, have a bio break, had to take a jacket off so that I could be comfortable and get back on the road. But I'm not too far from my destination of Hays, Kansas, and we'll be getting there in plenty of time to check into my hotel and go visit the museum I'm going to see. So it's been a very pleasant drive. Stopped for lunch in Goodland at my favorite Steak and Shake, and actually had breakfast there, truth be told, and got to see the same wait staff. They seem to have a very stable workforce at the Steak and Shake in Goodland. But we are on our way and getting close to Hays, probably an hour away. I am only about 5 minutes out of Hays. It has turned out to be 65 degrees, brilliant Kansas sunshine. What a stunningly beautiful day. It's one of the reasons I like Kansas. It would have been nice to come here in my convertible, I think. Not quite as comfortable, but it would have been nice. Anyway, I think I'll check into my hotel. I crossed into the Central Time Zone a ways back, so I'm going to, oh, there's my hotel. I will check in and then make a quick run, I think, over to the museum and take a peek at it. And then on the way back to my hotel for dinner, I will stop in at a charger location and get some energy. So, beautiful day, wonderful trip so far. I'm very glad I decided to drive to Kansas today. Wow, there are some very nice large homes. Very nice. This is my exit. Ooh, they have a Freddy's. I like that too. Sternberg Museum. That's where I'm going. And I think that's my hotel over there on the left. I think so. Quite a few here. Forgot the name. Dear. Doesn't look like I can turn left. This is where I need to go. Okay. I'll be doing some fancy driving. Comfort Inn and Suites, I believe this is me. I think so. Let me see if they'll let me check in. Hot dog. Well, we're here. Let me pull up and check on some Kansas hospitality. Wrong hotel. Apparently, I need to go next door. According to the young man at the counter, the hotel is owned, both hotels, this one, the Comfort Inn, and the Sleep Inn, are owned by the same company. So, okay, so very strange. Why would you own two hotels in the same location? But my car is upset with me for not having my seatbelt on. Okay, let's pull in here and see how we're doing. I went straight to the Sternberg Museum after checking into the hotel. You'll notice how huge the place is. You really don't expect that from the front. A thing that surprised me was they had a few live animal displays. They had this long-necked turtle, I believe is what it was, in an aquarium. Northern snake-necked turtle. And then they had some live tortoises that I originally thought were just concrete casts.
About 150 pounds. Aw,
Really?
Thank you for wiping your face on me. Shit, that's hers. You have some. Let me pour it in because it does have a hole. Is she done?
She's not done. Let's see, Darius is about 20.
Oh.
Pebbles is about 70. They came from different zoos. Oh my God, and they just love the attention. Oh yeah. Pebbles, sweetie, you drank that half gallon of water. When we weren't under the restrictions because of the virus, Alicia has a lot of volunteer and youth help, the younger kids. And one of the coolest things is they come in and they actually play with these tortoises. And they like a lot of the play school toys that change colors and make noise and music, and they can push buttons and things pop up. And the kids can ride them around and take them outside. People have these for pets in their homes. They start out little bitty, the eggs are really tiny, but then they get huge like this. And you can't potty train them.
We tried.
Not very hard.
Inside the museum, you'll realize how large it is. They had some marvelous displays. I just wasn't expecting the extent of some of the fossils. This is the fish within a fish. It's huge, several meters long, and they had every other kind of fossil you can possibly imagine on display. They were just enormous. They had a cute rock formation as an entrance to another exhibit, and this shows what Kansas was like 80 million years ago. It was underwater. Inside the rock formation display, they had a lot of animal replicas. It showed you what some of the fossils were that they had found. Quite interesting. Then you went into the dome and you saw some of the flying exhibits and even a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Once you left the diorama, there were several other exhibits to see. You can see how large the building is on the inside of the dome. They had aquatic and land-based animals, as well as a children's discovery room. I thought that spider on display was pretty darn scary, if you ask me. But here's the lobby as you get ready to leave the museum. I went for dinner at Billy Sims Barbecue, my favorite place. And it was relatively empty because I went kind of early, but I had a Heisman sandwich. Okay, I got Travel Stop coffee. Let's have a brief discussion on coffee. I just want to say, for the record, that French vanilla, hazelnut, and occasionally white caramel mocha are not acceptable flavors for coffee. I don't know who is setting up the sales for those three flavors, but they are not acceptable, in my opinion, for coffee. And it's really, really nasty stuff. If you like French vanilla or hazelnut, great. I do not. And I very much wish there would be more options like Irish cream. Sometimes you see that. That is, in fact, my favorite. But I don't see it in the last couple of years, so I don't like it. Another thing, Hays, Kansas. I like the town, I like Kansas, but it has been, according to the guy that checked me into my hotel last night, they are doing at least a 2-year project to redo Vine Street, which is the main drag in Hayes, and it's now into 3 years, and I think he said 50% over budget. So that being the case, it is a typical government project, and the cashier at the hotel said something very odd. He said that the city council's purpose to redo the street was to get rid of the straight intersections and put in roundabouts. In fact, they put in a double roundabout. He mentioned it's shaped like a peanut, and he's correct. You have to go like this to get where you're going. And he said the intent of putting in the roundabout, and ultimately more roundabouts, was to prevent wind turbine deliveries from going through Hayes. And he said, go figure, it's part of our economy in our state, and it most certainly is. I do not understand why city council would not want the wind turbine blades to be delivered through their town. It makes no sense to me at all, but apparently that is the intent of changing the main street in Hayes. I don't get it. It makes no sense at all. Okay. Let's not hit anything. Well, the car just told me my battery's low. I guess so. We recommend charging now. I think I will. Yeah, I got green. That's what I want. Time to go in to the truck stop. Gotta love Qdoba. Gotta. Ordered a quesadilla with brisket. My gosh, you can feed a platoon with that. Egad, I won't be able to eat a fraction of it. But I do like their stuff. And we're past well past the Goodland exit, so I have to make it to Lyman. Should be no problem. My reserve is 17%, plenty. And it is a beautiful day here in Kansas. I passed back into the mountain time zone, and enjoy looking at the grain silos and the cows, beautiful clouds. What's not to like about Kansas? We are getting close to the Colorado border. And there's a sign for McDonald's, Burlington. Yep. Coming up on the sign, it says entering colorful Colorado. A lot of the newer signs are actually painted. Here we are, leaving Kansas. Bye, Kansas. Welcome to colorful Colorado. And the road got worse. Isn't that interesting? Kansas takes a little better of their roads. Quite the bumpy ride here. Well, off in the distance is Pikes Peak. That is the first sign of the Rockies that you are able to see from I-70 when you're heading into Colorado. What a beautiful day. I am reasonably close I think, almost lateral, 90 degrees to my direction of travel, but I can feel it pushing the car. If I haven't mentioned it already, like and subscribe to my channel. It'd be nice to have you come and stay a while. Thanks for watching the video. Toodles.